to the goal line. Touchdown, Emmitt Smith.
They were the two greatest running backs since Walter Payton. In the heart of their prime, going head-to-head. September 19th, 1994, though, would be the last time Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders played one another. The Cowboys were two-time defending champs, with Smith considered the premier back in the league after winning the rushing crown 3 straight years, including being named MVP in 1993. Although in the 3 previous meetings, Sanders' Lions had gotten the best of him twice.
Got it away to Barry off the right. Barry to the 45 and bumps to the 40, breaks it 35-30. He's gone! Unbelievable! Touchdown! Lions, Barry Sanders. Oh my gosh, what a run!
In fact, Sanders was the last guy not named Emmitt Smith to lead the NFL in rushing, and whose sterling performance sparked an improbable Detroit run to the NFC Championship game in 1991. With Smith entering year 5 and Sanders entering year 6, no one could have guessed this would be the last time these two Hall of Famers would ever face off. And what a face-off it was. It didn't look that way when Dallas went 80 yards on the opening drive, culminating in a Troy Aikman to Alvin Harper touchdown.
Johnston in a slot on the left side, Aikman back, looking around, first down pass into the end zone, touchdown, wide open, Alvin Harper to the post, wide open.
Smith accounted for 28 of those yards. But contrary to popular myth, revisionist history, whatever, Wayne Font's 90s Lions didn't fold. They were a much better football team than people remember. And their best player had a little something for the world champs on this Monday night.
They have to get to the 13. They give it to Sanders. Barry inside the 20. And Barry is rushed out of bounds at the 15.
You're watching two of the best that ever played this game, Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. And I hope nobody asks us which one we think is the best.
That was vintage Barry. And it set up a Jason Hanson field goal to make it 7-3. 2 possessions later, Sanders was at it again.
He is remarkable.
Sanders produced 48 yards on this drive alone, which was paid off by Scott Mitchell's 25-yard touchdown pass to Brett Perriman. By the end of the first half, Barry had already rushed for 92 yards. In the third quarter, Mitchell tossed another touchdown to Herman Moore, putting Dallas squarely behind the 8 ball at 17-7. That's when the reigning MVP got it going.
Novacek provides leverage on the left side, and moving that way is Emmitt Smith, and he breaks it. Emmitt, one man to beat, and the angle of out of bounds. A flag goes down at the 10-yard line.
That play got called back, so Smith went right back at it with runs of 11, 7, and 5 yards to help the Cowboys get a field goal. Trailing 17-10 in the fourth, and both defenses clamping up on the passing game, Smith revved it up.
Here's Smith with the first down on the left inside the 20, and McNeil rides him down to the 4.
They contained him for a long time, and all of a sudden he got the gap. Boy, he loved that. He's saying, I'm still the man.
Emmitt would pay off the drive from 6 yards out, and it was 17 all. Sanders answered, running for 14, then 4, then 9 yards. But Jason Hanson's kick was partially blocked by Leon Lett. You might remember that guy.
Blocked. The Cowboys will win.
Wait a minute. A Dallas player touched the ball, and then the Dolphins went on and recovered it. It's Leon Lett. No!
We were going to overtime, and Sanders wasted no time, rushing for 25 yards in the first possession to set up Hanson again. Blocked again by Lett again. Forget Barry versus Emmitt. This was turning into a hell of a football game. Smith did his best to get the Cowboys back in field goal range, but future Cowboy Broderick Thomas produced a strip sack and recovery in Dallas territory. This time the Lions wouldn't need Sanders' magic either. Jason Hanson kicked over Lett's paws from 44 yards, and Detroit would pull off the thrilling road upset.
The 44-yarder's away. It's very long. It's good. And the Lions have won with 27 seconds in overtime, 20-17.
Both Detroit and Dallas would make the postseason in 1994. Smith and the Cowboys would lose in the NFC Championship, but come back to win the Super Bowl the next season. Sanders' Lions made the playoffs again in both 95 and 97. In fact, Detroit reached the postseason 5 of Sanders' first 9 seasons. They were not a one-man band by any stretch of the imagination. Yet on this Monday night 22 years ago, Sanders and Smith were the guy for their teams. The final tally is staggering. Sanders ran a team record 40 times for 194 yards. And Smith, how about 36 touches for 192 total yards? While Smith would ultimately break Walter Payton's all-time rushing record, Sanders is often considered the better player. That's debatable. What's not? The head-to-head competition. This win made it 3 out of 4 for Barry against EMMITT.